Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. Today let us learn about physical geography by solving few multiple choice questions on physical geography. Let us get started now. Which of the following statements is or true regarding fold mountains? Fold mountains are caused by large-scale earth movements when stresses are set up in the earth's crust. These mountains are by far the most widespread mountains. Himalayas, Rockies, Andes, and Alps are the examples of fold mountains. So here, the right option is option 4, A, B, and C, as all the three statements are correct. So if you look at the picture over here, this is if you consider this as the horizontal strata of the Earth's crust, horizontal strata of the Earth's crust, then if this is subjected to compression, then the Earth's crust undergoes wrinkling or folding along the lines of weakness. When stresses like compression forces are initiated, the rocks are subjected to compressive forces. So when compressive forces are acting on this particular lithosphere or Earth's crust, then the rocks, when subjected to such compressive forces, produce a wrinkling or folding along the lines of weakness, as shown in this figure. Please see this figure. So this horizontal strata is subjected to compressive forces from both the sides. Therefore, it has got compressed and has got elevated. So this folding effectively shortens the Earth's crust. If you look at the length of the Earth's crust here, it is more here, whereas it is less here. Therefore, what happens is when such folding happens due to compressive forces, it effectively shortens the Earth's crust, creating from the original level surface a series of waves. This is wave, this is wave. Please see here, this is wave. So the upfolded waves are called as anticlines. This is the upfolded wave, it is called as anticline, while the downfolded wave is known as syncline. Please remember, question 2 is on this. Upfolded wave is called as anticline, while the downfolded wave is known as syncline. These mountains are by far the most widespread mountains of all the mountains, and Himalayas, Rockies, Andes, and Alps are the examples of fold mountains. Please remember, Himalaya is an example for fold mountain. Consider the second question now. Which of the following statements is or true regarding fold mountains? Fold mountains are formed when the rocks are subjected to compressive forces that produce wrinkling or folding along the line of weakness. Upfolded waves are called synclines. Troughs or downfold are called as anticlines. So here the right option is option 1, A only, because statement A is correct, B and C are wrong. Fold mountains are formed when the rocks are subject to compressive forces that produce wrinkling or folding along the lines of weakness. So here this is the line of weakness over here where the folding or wrinkling has happened. So this is known as line of weakness. Upfolded waves are called as anticlines, while downfolded or troughs or downfolds are called as synclines. So here statement B and C are false. Third question says, consider the following statements regarding mountains. Faults are developed due to the tensional forces that tend to pull the crust apart. Folding occurs when the Earth's crust breaks. So here statement A is right, statement B is false. Therefore, the right option is option 1, A only. Faults are developed due to the tensional forces that tend to pull the crust apart. So if you consider this as the Earth's crust, when the tensional forces tend to pull the crust apart, then here faults are developed. So this is nothing but the fault. Therefore, statement 1 is correct. So when there are tensional forces that tend to pull the crust apart, now this side is being pulled towards the left and this side is being pulled towards the right. That's when faults or cracks appear, and this is true. Foldings occur when the Earth's crust breaks. No, here the Earth's crust breaks when there is tensional forces that tend to pull the crust apart. But folding occur when the Earth's crust bends. So if you consider this as the Earth's crust, when the Earth's crust bends, when it bends, that's when the folding occurs. So if the Earth's crust breaks, then faults appear. When the Earth's crust bends, then here foldings appear. Consider the fourth question now. Which of the following factors result in stresses in the Earth's crust? Increased load of overlying rocks, flow movements in the mantle, magmatic intrusions into the Earth's crust, expansion or contraction of some part of the Earth. So here all the four statements are correct. Therefore, the right option is option 4, A, B, C, and D. So when increased load of overlying rocks, so if this is Earth's crust, if there is too much of overlying rocks, then this causes stress on the Earth's crust. This is correct. Flow movements in the mantle. If you consider this as the Earth's crust, then the flow movement inside the mantle also creates thrust or stress on the Earth's crust. Magmatic intrusions into the Earth's crust. So when lava happens, so when magma comes out, even then it creates stress on the Earth's crust. Expansion or contraction of some part of the Earth, that is, the compressive forces or the forces that tend to pull the Earth's crust apart. Even in such conditions, stresses are developed in the Earth's crust. Consider the fifth question now. Consider the following statements regarding volcanic mountains. Volcanic mountains are built from the materials ejected from the fissures in the Earth's crust. Volcanic mountains are often referred to as mountains of accumulation. So here, both the statements are correct. That's the right option is option 3, both A and B. So, volcanic mountains are in fact volcanoes which are built from materials ejected from fissures in the Earth's crust. So, if you consider this as the Earth's crust, then this is the fissure. This is the vent through which lava comes out. This is the vent through which the lava comes out. The materials that comes out of during the lava explosion include molten lava, volcanic bombs, cinders, ashes, dust, as well as liquid mud. They fall around the vent. So if you see this picture here, they have been falling in this fashion. They have been falling around the vent in this fashion, leading to the building up of characteristic volcanic cone. That is why volcanic mountains are often referred to as mountains of accumulation. So, if you consider this, this is lava. This is lava which has flown out of the vent, and this is ash. So, like this, as lava and ash surround the vent, then it leads to the formation of volcanic mountains. Please remember, volcanic mountains. Very, very important. Sixth question says, which of the following either are the examples of block mountains? Hunsrück Mountains, Vosges, Black Forest of the Rhineland. So all the three are examples for block mountains. That's why the right option is option for A, B, and C. Hunsrück Mountains is in Germany. Black Forest is also in Germany, while Vosges is in France. Please remember, very important. Black Forest, Germany, Vosges, France, Hunsrück Mountains, Germany. Consider the seventh question now. Which of the following statements is or are true regarding residual mountains? Residual mountains are the mountains evolved by denudation. Mount Mayon is an example for residual mountain. So here only statement A is correct. Therefore, statement B is false. Therefore, the right option is option 1, A only. Residual mountains are the mountains evolved by denudation, where the general level of the land has been lowered by the agents of denudation. Some very resistant areas may remain, and these form residual mountains. For example, see, if you consider this, here the original almost flat plateau surface, if you consider this as the original almost flat plateau surface, if this is the surface, then due to the agents of denudation, there will be down cutting either by rivers or glaciers. You can consider this as an example of such denudation. As river flow, here denudation has taken place, and since here the land was not highly resistant, here there is more corrosion, whereas here there is less corrosion due to the high resistance offered by the rock. Therefore, in such circumstances, the elevated region becomes the mountain, and this is known as residual mountains, as these are mountains evolved by denudation. Mount Monadnock in USA is an example for residual mountain. Mount Mayon in Philippines. Mount Mayon in Philippines is an example for volcanic mountains. Consider the eighth question now. Match the following: Mount Fuji, Mount Mayon, Mount Cotopaxi, Philippines, Japan, Ecuador. Mount Fuji is in Japan. Mount Mayon is in Philippines. Mount Cotopaxi is in Ecuador. So 1B, 2A, 3C. Option 3 is the right option here. Consider the ninth question now. Which of the following statements is or are true regarding plateau? Plateau are elevated uplands with extensive level surfaces. They are also referred to as tablelands. Plateau are not subjected to any form of erosional processes. Here, statement A is correct, statement B is correct, statement C is wrong. Therefore, the right option is option 1, A and B only. Plateau are elevated uplands with extensive level surfaces, and they usually descend steeply to the surrounding lowland. So, they usually descend steeply. This is how deeply they descend to the surrounding lowland. They are sometimes referred to as tablelands, and like all highlands, plateaux are also subjected to erosional processes. Last question for the day says consider the following statements regarding plateau. Intermount Plateau or the plateau enclosed by fold mountains. Tibetan Plateau is an example of Intermount Plateau. Both the statements are correct here, therefore the right option is option 3, both A and B. When plateau are enclosed by fold mountains, so when plateau are enclosed by fold mountains, such plateau are known as Intermount Plateau. Intermount Plateau. Therefore, these are the plateau enclosed by fold mountains, and Tibetan Plateau is a typical example for Intermount Plateau. So this is all about physical geography in this video. Please try to solve the multiple choice questions before watching the video for solutions. There will be some more videos in this series. Thank you.